Welcome to Center Heist Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. Muchly appreciate that. And thank you to my subscribers and followers. Muchly appreciate your support. And please share it with your friends and family. If you come across the channel, please don't leave without subscribing and hitting the likes. Helps the channel grow as we've built a strong, integral channel, Habs Network here channel, that thrives and takes great pride in sticking to factual information, not rumor land. And we kind of take some serious pride in that. And we don't use clickbait to get you here. All right, now we're going to do a review on last night's game. The Sens were in Montreal. Final score, not a good one for the Habs. 5-2 was the final. We'll talk about my thoughts on this after we go through the stats and garbage like that. First period, the Sens outscored the Canadians 2-1. We get the same result in the second period. And then in the third period, the Sens get another one. So really outplaying the Habs in this one, 5-2, an easy score, not a respectable showing in my books for the Habs. All right, shots on goal were 10-6 in favor of the Sens in the first. Second period, it was 11-10 for the Sens, and in the final period, it was 8-6 for the Sens. Total shots 29-22. And that's been the common theme of us being outworked and outshot. All right, shots and goals 29-22. Face-off percentile was the Sens 52.9 to the Canadians 47.1. Power play was 66.7 for the Habs, 0 for the Sens. Penalty minutes 10-8 for the Sens. Hits were 33-21 for the Canadians. Block shots 16 apiece. Giveaways 14-10 for the Habs. Takeaways 7-4 for the Sens. All right, now let's go to the actual scoring. First period, we get a very quick goal from Yaroslav Koski, and Caulfield and Suzuki assisting him at 3:37. A nice snapshot by as he picks up the puck beside the front of the net to the right. Was a nice shot. Kind of looked like the Hallmark lost sight of it, but anyway, he redirected it home, picking it up. Problem was, here's the second goal, the equalizer. Zetterlund, assisted by Clevin and Spence, and they responded, the Sens, very quickly, and that was a big problem. 4:01 with a nice slap shot by Zetterlund. Zub put them ahead at 16:53, assisted by Kachuk and Zetterlund. So that ended the first period. They were up 2-1. Then we went to the second period, and Jake Sanderson, who was assisted by Amato, at the 5:48 mark with a nice backhand. And Sanderson's had quite a great record against Sam Montembeault and against the Habs. So that was at 5:48, assisted by Amadio. And then we had another one by no, that's not Sanderson. Apologize for that statement. It's Drake Batherson who has that great record against um, Monty and the Habs. So not Sanderson. It's Drake Batherson. Forgive that statement there. And he also had his ninth of the season at 6:58. And that was assisted by Clevin and Spence. And then we got finally a response from the Montreal Canadiens. Nick Suzuki, assisted by Caulfield and Hudson, at the 8:50 mark. That ended the second period. And then you had a 4-2 lead at that point. And not long, just past the halfway point, Brady Tkachuk scores, assisted by Stützle and Perron at the 12:43 mark with a snapshot. And that was Brady's first goal of the season, of course. And he always does fairly well against the Habs as well. So, in all honesty, this was not the response you wanted from the Canadians. The problem with this game was Montreal comes out to a nice start and allows Ottawa to respond just like that. You can't have that happen. You're going to lose momentum in a hurry. Ottawa showed great resilience of replying to that goal immediately. Habs defense are having a lot of problems. I'd say the only pairing that's not having tons of problems is Matheson and Dobson. They seem to be the most reliable. Everybody else seems to be having issues defensively, and I don't know. Carrier's game, he's just not playing the same yet, and they're going to need that to turn around. They really need a jolt in the arm. This was not a game I enjoyed. I found it kind of semi boring. Um, I think there are times, and I understand Jack Eye's trying to. I get it, stand in the lineup and stuff like that, but you can only turn down a fight so many times, and that's 2 games in a row that he's turned down McDermott in a fight, and it starts to make you question: is he afraid to take that fight on? Because I'm starting to ask that question myself. Uh, I understand, not for him not to take dumb penalties, but where Montreal's struggling, sometimes they need a boost. That might have been the point, and I found Florian had more of a physical response than his big brother. That's just me. Now, Jack, I did play okay, no doubt about it. But Struhl played tough. I love Josh Anderson. He played like as far as the physicality, he was right on the money, and so good stuff there. But this is Montreal's got to stop letting teams dictate the game, and this is a team they can beat. They can beat Ottawa, but you can't beat Ottawa when you are sluggish and you allow them to dictate the style of game. You're at home. You got the last, you get the last change. Use it to your advantage. And I didn't like Montreal's response last night. Monty, I thought performed okay. He got caught out of positions, scrambling quite a bit. He seems to I think that's part with what we're seeing with his confidence is he's losing the position of his net a fair amount. However, this was not on Monty fully. His team is not playing well enough in front of him, and both goaltenders are suffering that as well. Defensive core, like I said, when you get to the second and third pairings, they got to get it together. But we all I noticed in this game too, same old issue too. Guys got to start picking up their man, and at this point, um, we're not seeing we're seeing forwards not coming back to help the defense as well, and that's got to change. A few players made some errors there. We're seeing it a lot. Third man in, um, defenders got their man, but then the third guy in is by himself, and the forward doesn't get back in time. That's got to change. The communications got to change. They got to get that puck out of their own and stop. I've seen a lot of toying in their own end, back and forth. Crawling one direction and then going back to. They're going to get themselves in trouble that way, and they do get themselves in trouble that way. It's got to stop. I don't like this. For me, the defensive system they play, it's not sitting right with me. But the effort level is, I think, what is hugest. They got to start dictating the play. And I'm really enjoying Florian's addition because I thought Florian played quite well. I thought Josh Anderson played well. Suzuki had a phenomenal night with great hits, really taking the body. I love what Suzuki's doing. I just wish a lot of guys would pick up what he's doing and do it. There are definitely question marks all the way through. Um, you cannot if you're going to let a team dictate. We have the speed. We've proven it with Ottawa before, and we really just gave this game away, in my opinion. I wasn't impressed. Now we got Winnipeg tonight. I don't feel like we're going to have a good result there. Winnipeg just seems to have our number, and they always play well in the last year. They played high octane, and they always play high octane in the season. So I'm not expecting great results for tonight's game. I don't know what's got to give. The boys got to smarten up though, and there's got to be much more grit to their game. Um, Better positional play. Start picking up your man. Um, the sloppiness of leaving guys open and the miscues by the defense. That's got to get cleaned up, and it's carrying on and carrying on. So I know Marty cannot be happy with the way that they're performing of late. It's just a nonchalance in their game that's got to come out, and I can see that's why Nick is kind of frustrated with his team right now. So anyway, with that being said, you've seen it here at Center Heights Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next review tonight after Montreal has the Jets visiting. Thanks for watching. God bless.